Imagine holding the power to step into yesterday or leap into tomorrow. What if time travel wasn't just a dream trapped in movies and novels, but a real technology sitting in laboratories right now? Picture the moment when the first successful temporal jump happens and humanity gains the ability to rewrite its own story. Let me take you to that pivotal day in 2035 when Dr. Sarah Chen activates the temporal gateway for the first time. The air ripples like water, and through the portal her team glimpses ancient Rome's cobblestone streets. After decades of theoretical physics and failed experiments, time travel becomes humanity's greatest achievement and its most dangerous temptation. The first official journey targets a simple mission: observe the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Historian Marcus Webb steps through time, under strict orders not to interact with anyone, but standing in that room, witnessing history's turning point, he feels the weight of every decision that led to this moment. He watches John Hancock lift his quill, and a terrifying thought strikes Marcus. One nudge, one distraction, and this signature might never happen. The United States could cease to exist. His own existence could unravel. This isn't just observation, it's walking through a minefield where every breath could detonate reality itself. The mission succeeds, but it changes everything. Governments worldwide recognize the implications immediately. If one nation can alter the past, they could erase rivals from existence, win wars before they start, or reshape global power structures. The temporal accords are drafted within months, establishing strict regulations: no interference with major historical events, no personal gain, no paradoxes. But human nature doesn't respect regulations. Within a year, unauthorized jumps begin. A billionaire named Victor Ashford secretly funds a mission to prevent his daughter's death in a car accident 20 years earlier. He sends his best pilot back with one mission: save her. The pilot succeeds. The daughter lives. But when he returns to 2036, reality has shifted. Victor Ashford doesn't exist in this timeline. His company never formed, his wealth never accumulated. His daughter lives an ordinary life, never knowing her father once moved heaven and earth to save her. The pilot himself has become a refugee from a deleted reality, remembered by no one except himself. Stories like this multiply. Each unauthorized jump creates ripples, subtle changes that compound into unrecognizable presence. Scientists develop the Temporal Stability Index, measuring how many timelines now exist simultaneously. They discover that reality isn't a single thread. It's an infinite tapestry where every choice spawns alternate worlds. The tourism industry sees opportunity. TimeQuest Corporation offers luxury packages: witness the pyramids being built, attend a Shakespeare premiere, stand on beaches before humanity existed. Strict rules apply. Stay invisible, change nothing, leave no trace. But accidents happen. A tourist drops her smartphone in ancient Rome. Before she retrieves it, a merchant's child picks it up, fascinated by the glowing screen. Security sweeps in within seconds, but the damage is done. That child grows up with vague memories of impossible technology, eventually becoming an inventor whose designs are centuries ahead of his time. The Renaissance arrives 400 years early. When travelers return to 2037, they find a completely transformed world. Technology has advanced exponentially. Space colonization succeeded in the 1800s. Diseases were cured before they devastated populations. But millions of people who existed before no longer do, erased by the accelerated timeline. The Temporal Ethics Committee faces impossible questions. Is progress worth the cost of deleted lives? Who gets to decide which timeline deserves to exist? Every choice to fix past mistakes potentially creates new tragedies in its wake. Some travelers develop a different philosophy. Instead of changing major events, they focus on small acts of kindness. Dr. Amara Singh travels to plague-ravaged villages, leaving medicine where it will be found. She saves hundreds of lives, and the ripples are gentle. Descendants who otherwise wouldn't exist contribute to humanity's story without disrupting its major currents. Her approach sparks a movement. Gentle jumpers become legendary figures throughout history, anonymous angels who appear at crucial moments. They catch a falling child, warn a traveler about bandits, leave water for a dying soldier. These tiny interventions create subtle positive ripples that compound across centuries. But not everyone shares such noble intentions. Extremist groups attempt to prevent tragedies or assassinate historical villains. When someone stops the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, preventing World War I, they return to a world where different wars killed even more people. The lesson becomes painfully clear. Humanity's darkness doesn't disappear by changing events. It only finds new expressions. Temporal police emerge as a new branch of law enforcement. They hunt unauthorized jumpers across centuries, preventing catastrophic paradoxes. The job requires incredible precision. Arrest someone without creating more temporal damage than they caused. The black market for temporal technology explodes. Desperate people pay fortunes for illegal jumps to save loved ones, correct mistakes, or gain advantages. Each unauthorized jump destabilizes reality further, creating temporal refugees who remember worlds that no longer exist. These refugees form communities, bonding over shared memories of worlds only they recall. They mourn children never born, spouses who married others, careers that never happened. Support networks develop, helping them integrate into timelines where their histories differ from everyone else's memories. Scientific experiments push boundaries further. Researchers attempt to visit the Big Bang's first moments. They witness creation itself, confirming theories and sparking new questions. But the very act of observation raises philosophical concerns. Does watching the universe's birth somehow influence its formation? Biological sciences revolutionize through temporal observation. Scientists document extinct species in their natural habitats, learning behaviors impossible to guess from fossils. DNA samples from living dinosaurs allow genetic resurrection projects. Though ethical debates rage about reintroducing extinct apex predators to modern ecosystems, archaeology becomes obsolete. Why dig up artifacts when you can observe cultures directly? But this ease of access creates new problems. Historical mysteries that captivated humanity for centuries get solved in days. The wonder of not knowing disappears. Education transforms dramatically. Students don't read about history, they experience it. Field trips become temporal journeys, making history visceral and immediate. But teachers struggle with new challenges. How do you teach critical thinking when students can simply verify everything by traveling back? Personal use of time travel creates heartbreaking dilemmas. The terminally ill can jump forward to futures with better medicine, but they leave everyone they love behind. Jumping backward for treatment means living in primitive conditions, cut off from family and friends. Relationships strain under temporal possibilities. Why settle for one life when you could experience thousands? Some people become temporal nomads, jumping between eras, never staying long enough to form real connections. They witness every great moment in history but belong nowhere, becoming ghosts haunting all of time without truly living in any of it. The justice system faces unprecedented complexity. How do you prosecute someone for a crime in a timeline that no longer exists? If someone prevents their own crime by traveling back, are they still guilty? Temporal law becomes philosophy's most challenging frontier. Religious institutions grapple with theological implications. If you can change the past, does fate exist? Is free will real if every choice creates branching timelines? Can you sin in a timeline you later erase? Physicists confirm the many worlds theory through direct observation. Every decision point creates infinite branches. This means every possible version of your life exists somewhere in the multiverse. There's a timeline where you made every right choice, and another where you made every wrong one. The psychological impact proves devastating for some. Confronted with infinite alternate selves living better or worse lives, people develop temporal anxiety. The inability to make decisions knowing each choice spawns endless variations. Therapists develop new treatments for temporal existential crisis. But others find liberation in this knowledge. If every possibility exists, then no choice is truly wrong. It's simply one path among infinite options. The timeline acceptance movement teaches that your specific path through time matters because you're living it, regardless of what other versions of you might be doing elsewhere. 50 years after the first jump, Dr. Chen stands before the same portal she activated as a young scientist. She's witnessed humanity struggle with its greatest power, making countless mistakes and learning painful lessons. The temporal gateway still hums with possibility, but wisdom now tempers ambition. Time travel didn't solve humanity's problems. It magnified them, revealing fundamental truths about choice, consequence, and responsibility. We learned that history's tragedies often arose from complex causes no single intervention could fix. We discovered that the past's people weren't primitive or foolish. They were us, facing their era's challenges with the tools they had. The future of time travel lies not in changing the past, but in preserving and learning from it. Historians become temporal custodians, documenting cultures before they disappear, saving knowledge that would otherwise be lost. They can't prevent tragedies, but they ensure nothing is truly forgotten. What if time travel was possible? We'd discover that the power to rewrite history comes with the responsibility to understand why things happened as they did. We'd learn that every era holds wisdom worth preserving and mistakes worth remembering. We'd realize that the most important journey isn't backward or forward. It's the continuous present where we make choices that ripple across time. If this journey through temporal possibilities expanded your mind, smash that like button and subscribe to Elseworld Tales for more explorations of extraordinary what-ifs. Every video is a new adventure through the impossible, and I can't wait to share the next one with you. Until then, remember, the best time to make a difference is always now. See you in the next story, time traveler.